AskReddit by Millennial Mason. With the passing of Stan Lee and Betty White, who is America's token old person now? Dolly Parton better not fucking die before I do. A finger curls on the monkey's paw. Say nothing. This is a trap. Deleted. The challenge is that most of the people being listed are living quiet lives out of the public eye. Stan and Betty were pretty active almost right up until their ends. Tony Bennett's still been recording, I think, or at least has up until pretty recently, if he stopped. Has Mel Brooks been writing or executive producing anything? Same with Norman Lear? Didn't he just retire due to his health? I know he performed pretty recently with Lady Gaga. Are killed by Reddit watches this thread in bated breath. Jury trick politicians? The Murder She Wrote lady, Angela Lansbury. Another Brit, and another 1925 birth. Must have been a good year. Carol Burnett just turned 89 today. Oh, it's the anniversary of Lucille Ball's passing. Lucy sent her flowers every year on her birthday, and since she ordered ahead of time, they got to Carol even though she just found out Lucy died. Dick Van Dyke. The Dick Van Dyke Show aired before the Beatles released their first album. Henry Winkler agreed on Twitter to be America's grandpa, since we lost Grandma Betty. He's already America's cool uncle. Hey, no double dipping. There, Winkler. Christopher Lloyd. He was only 47 in Back to the Future. He's been an old man for most of his life. Dolly Parton is a living saint. Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks fought in WWII defusing landmines in the Battle of the Bulge. Jimmy Carter and James Earl Jones. Jimmy Carter's full name is James Earl Carter. This is important to no one. Just an interesting coincidence that you would list him with another James Earl. Willie Nelson. He can't be the spokesperson for America, he just spends all day smoking weed. You know what? I've changed my mind. I hate to say this, but Julie Andrews and Carol Burnett. Bob Barker. He's 98 years old. Perfect. Not gonna lie, I thought Bob Barker was dead already, lol. Dolly Parton. Interesting. In terms of popularity and how the majority of people really like her, it fits. But I still don't think of her as that old. Morgan Freeman. It seems like Morgan Freeman went from being a wise man to a wise old man when he played God in Bruce Almighty. And that came out 19 years ago. So Morgan Freeman has been America's wise old man for almost 2 decades. Alan Alda. He lives in my neighborhood in Manhattan and is often seen with his wife of 50+ years holding hands and kissing. Still in love, he towers over her too, so it's kind of amusing. Bob Newhart. Still, I think, in a way, in a very meaningful way, that all of us have learned from him. Carol Burnett. She has a show at the Chicago Theater like this week, saw the marquee last night. I'm choosing Henry Winkler because he's getting more exposure on social media plus actively working on Barry. The 30th of October, 1945, 76. Christopher Walken. Yeah, he's great in Severance. Mel Brooks, 95 years old. Mr. Feeney. William Daniels, age 95. I could have sworn that I read his obituary a few years ago, but I must be thinking of someone else because he's still kicking. James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones. Who else could be Luke's father? And Simba's. I vote for Dr. Ruth Westheimer. Sex therapist, talk show host, author, professor, Holocaust survivor, and former sniper. She's pretty badass. Jimmy Carter. The 1st of October, 1924, age 97 years. President Carter. Just building houses and whatnot. Bob Barker. I didn't even realize he was still alive. He's 98.